Today I'm going to show you what $100 can get at an East Coast Hockey League game. We're in my hometown of St. John's, Canada's most easterly capital and home of the Newfoundland Growlers, who currently sit at top of the Eastern Conference. We all know the price of sporting events is getting ridiculous, so is it still possible to have a cheap night out while watching some great hockey? We purchased our tickets a couple of days ago for $24.33, leaving us with $75.67 for the duration of the game. It's like that our tickets are purchased, $24.33. What do you think, Dodger? Excited for the hockey game? Now looking ahead, this is the Growlers' last match in a 3-game weekend series with the Maine Mariners. They won Friday night, extending their win streak to 5 before dropping last night's game 5-2, which means today we get to see who takes the series. The 3 players I'm on the watch for this evening: Brett Budgell. I interviewed him when I was a producer for Eastlink, and he was the captain of the Charlottetown Islanders. Great guy and a hometown kid, always got to root for the Newfoundlanders. Pavel Googlev. He actually trains with Tony Greco in Ottawa, so I've gotten to know him from those workouts, and he is currently lighting it up. Fun, not so fun fact, he was on the Guelph team that beat the 67s in 6 games for the OHL Cup. I was there, of course, helping with photography for Ottawa throughout that season and magical playoff run. It still, to this day, hurts to think about, but wild how small of a world hockey is. Speaking of that playoff run, my third and final player to watch is the Maine goaltender Mikey Dipietro. Honestly, I don't even know if he's playing today, but I got to know him when he was traded to the 67s in his last year junior. He actually visited Newfoundland since, and seriously, I cannot say enough good things about him. And of course, a special shout out to Newfoundland Growlers forward Todd Skirving. We're wearing our Skirving tee today at the game in support of Todd's father, Rod, and his cancer battle. Oh, and I almost forgot, before we head downtown, score predictions. 6-4 Growlers today. Sunday game is always a higher scoring one, but I will say, if Mikey is in net, 1-0 Maine. Sorry, Newfoundland, I gotta go with my guy Mikey here. Alrighty, we made it downtown St. John's, where it is a beautiful day. Parking is free on the weekend, so we don't have to worry about that. If we wanted to, we could pay for event parking, but why would we? We're only 450 meters from the stadium, which is the Mary Brown Center, formerly known as Mile 1. And a little bit of controversy with that name change, as you might know. Terry Fox, this is where he started his iconic journey across Canada, so that is why it was named Mile 1, to kind of signify that this here was Terry's Mile 1. So when the name changed to Mary Brown Center, you know, that was kind of the argument, that we were removing that history. But let me know what you think. Do you like the new name, or do you wish it was still Mile 1? It's now almost time for puck drop, and I want to catch a little bit of a warm-up, so let's switch to the iPhone and get in the stadium. I definitely picked a bad seat when it comes to viewing wise. However, it's strategic because I'm right next to the goalie. So when Mikey comes here in like the second period, I'll be able to say hello. Growlers just scored, I missed it. Let's watch the replay. All right, there was no replay, but we're just gonna say it now. It wasn't Mikey's fault. It's 2-2 after the first. A lot of shots that period. Let's go get some food. Of course, the longest line in the stadium was the Mary Brown's line. We gotta get back to our seats. There's like 10 minutes left to the second. The one and only. So for $22.87, we got 5 tenders, the tater poutine, and a bottle of water. It's also currently 4-3, so my score prediction is actually holding up pretty close right now. Brown tender. Best tender in the game. Got ourselves a hot dog and some Smarties for $7.50. Salt hot dog. And that's all she wrote. The Growlers won by a score of 5-3. I got to see Mikey after the game, and we chatted for a quick couple of minutes. Absolutely love the dude. Complete class act. Couple things about the ECHL I find really interesting. 1, the blue post. 2, I think it's one of the few leagues left that still really encourages and promotes fighting. Like, you don't really see it too much in the AHL or the NHL. Over in Europe, it's almost like frowned upon. I remember some stories of like guys saying, yeah, we fought over in Germany and they booed me. My home team booed me out of the arena. But you now might be wondering, saying, Robert, the game's over and you still have a bunch of your budget left. Well, that is because you can't go to a game in St. John's, Newfoundland when you're downtown, you know, George Street's right there, all these iconic restaurants and places. So we need to go and get because it was only a 4 p.m. game, by the way. So we need to go and get an iconic meal at an iconic restaurant.
I know you thinking I'm possessed.
I gotta be honest, a great evening out. Where would you like me to do this challenge to next? Maybe, you know, Toronto, Montreal? Let me know in the comments below, and in the meantime, stay best kind.